This is going to be the actual plot summary for The Last Jedi. It's going to be filled with the actual events. So it starts off exactly where The Force Awakens left off. Rey is handing Luke Skywalker his lightsaber. And Luke throws it over his shoulder like it's insignificant. And apparently it's real funny. He just throws it over a cliff and it's gone. And Rey is freaking out. She's like stunned. And she's like, "You need to train me." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to train you. The Jedi must end here." And so she stays on the aisle and trying to get Luke to train her. So meanwhile, the First Order is imminently approaching the Resistance base to destroy it in huge numbers of giant ships. And Finn is waking up from his injury in some sort of a medical repair unit. And BB-8, the little robot that's like R2-D2, is with Poe on the same ship. Only Finn doesn't know they're there. So BB-8 and Poe find Finn and they get together. And they spot each other. And meanwhile, General Leia is on that ship and she's in charge of it. She appears. She's in charge of the Resistance. And you know, they go from story to story. So meanwhile, Kylo Ren is tortured by Snoke. Snoke appears like to Kylo Ren, sort of like the Emperor would appear to Darth Vader. But Snoke is torturing him, saying, "Kill Leia, you must kill General Leia." And of course, Kylo doesn't really want to kill his mom, but he goes off to kill her. And he's in his ship approaching it, which is in the trailer, and he just is about to pull the trigger and shoot the ship and blow up Leia, but he can't do it, so he removes his finger. But his buddies flying next to him do it, and they shoot the ship, and it gets all fucked up, and Leia is sucked out into space. But all of a sudden she freezes, and she uses the Force to freeze everything and to maneuver herself by the Force back into the ship. So she's injured, and she's in a coma. The medical bait grab her and start healing her, but she's not dead. So Princess Leia got sucked out into space and floats back into the ship using the Force. But she needs help. So Laura Dern's character, the Vice Admiral, takes over command of the fleet. And she's in charge now. And she's in charge of the Resistance. They are being chased by the First Order. The First Order is tracking the Resistance, even through hyperspace, and they can't figure out why. So they say, okay, well, they've got some sort of a tracking system that's tracking us through hyperspace. We need to disable it. So they come up with a plan to go to this casino planet, and they send Finn and this other character, the Chinese girl, down to that planet to find this dude that knows all how to get on the destroyer and to disable the tracking device so that the Resistance can get away, so the Force Order will not be able to continue tracking them. So apparently a good section of the film, they're at the planet, and a lot of people said it was not really worth it. They should have left that out, but it is in there, and they're down on this casino planet looking for this dude, and they come across Benicio del Toro's character, who's basically a thief. So basically they don't find the character they want, but they find this other guy, Benicio del Toro character, and he says, "Oh yeah, I can do all that." So he takes them up to the Star Destroyer, but he's a traitor. He turns them in, and they're almost captured basically on this Star Destroyer. He's a traitor. Finn and Rose, that's her name. And so they're all about to be killed any second. And right at that time when they're about to be captured, Laura Dern's character turns her transport ship around and goes through hyperspeed through the Star Destroyer, splits it in half, and screws up a bunch of the destroyers right there next to him because she warped right through them, only it's not warp drive. But that's what she does, is she goes through light speed through them and screws them up real bad. So the ship she's on is fucked up, but it's still in condition to work. So Finn is okay, they're on that ship, they're just getting themselves back together. Now Rey is with Kylo Ren. They get together. Basically, Rey left Luke Skywalker, and Kylo Ren got together with her somehow, and they've been talking telepathically. That's what it is. So apparently they can use the Force to have long-distance phone calls like in Star Trek. So they've been talking telepathically, and Kylo tells her that Luke turned him to the bad side of the Force. And basically Luke was training Kylo Ren, but Luke had a bunch of evil, bad thoughts, and he put them on Kylo and made him evil. So it's Luke's fault that Kylo Ren is evil, turned him to the dark side. So Rey and see here are damaged. I can't read my own notes. Okay, So Kylo Ren and Rey go to Snoke's, and they're at Snoke, and they're there because Snoke wants him to kill her and to finish killing his mother. But Kylo Ren basically, he doesn't want to do it. So he makes the Force turn the lightsaber on Snoke's and kills Snoke's. Kylo Ren kills Snoke's to save Rey. And then Kylo Ren wants to take Snoke's place. So Rey and Kylo fight, and they both use the Force to try to get the lightsaber, and the lightsaber blows up. And right when the lightsaber blows up, that's when Laura Dern's character shot her ship through the other destroyers. So all kind of chaos is breaking loose. So they fight. Oh, they fight the Red Army of the Snoke. That's a real good scene, and it's so awesome that basically Kylo and Rey team together, defeat Snoke's red stormtrooper army, and their escape from there. Only Rey leaves, and we don't even see her leave, but Kylo and Rey split up. But apparently Kylo's on the good side, except that he wanted to take Snoke's place, so no, he's not really on the good side. So Rey escapes in a pod, and Phasma pops up on the transport ship where Finn is, and tries to kill Finn, but Finn kills her and defeats Phasma. So Phasma's going to die, and Finn's going to kill her. And they're all on there escaping. Everybody's escaping, and the story's going to come to conclusion pretty soon. So BB-8 is in a walker right before Finn and Rose are going to be captured, and he pops out of the walker and stops them from being captured on the transport ship. Everybody wakes up because of the large destruction when she went through the destroyers, and they're all snapping out of it. So all the walkers go down to the planet from the Empire side. They're going to destroy the rebel base, basically. And Luke Skywalker shows up all of a sudden. So Luke Skywalker is there, and he's a badass, like more than Obi-Wan Kenobi ever was. And all of the walker machines shoot at Luke, like hundreds of them shooting and shooting and shooting onto the planet, and they just shoot him, and you think he's got to be dead, but he's just there, no problem, not hurt. And then Kylo Ren's like, what the fuck? How's he alive, not even hurt? So he jumps down there and starts fighting with Luke, hand-to-hand lightsaber combat. And so Kylo Ren stabs Luke and nothing happens. And he slices him Obi-Wan Kenobi style and nothing happens. And we find out that Luke is projecting himself there. Luke is still on the island. He's only projecting astral projecting his image there to save everybody. And that's what he does. So he saves them. Now, Rey shows up on the Falcon right about that time and rescues all her friends. They're all saved. And Luke is shown on the island, and he dies. He becomes a Force ghost. And Leia is alive, but Luke is dead. And that's basically the end of the movie. That's the entire plot. Make sure you subscribe and comment. Trek Genius over and out.